Have you ever wondered if it's possible to regain your strength and vitality at an age when most people are already thinking about slowing down? What if I told you that with just a few simple habits, you could completely transform your health, boost your energy, and feel stronger than ever, no matter your age? In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the incredible journey of Mr. Jack Thompson, a 102-year-old man who defied all expectations and restored his muscle strength using 6 powerful, science-backed habits. These habits can help you improve circulation, speed up recovery, and enhance your overall well-being. If you're tired of feeling weak, sluggish, or stuck, then this video could be exactly what you need to start turning things around. Not only will you learn how Jack incorporated things like contrast baths, a muscle-boosting tonic, and strategic nutrition into his routine to regain his strength, but we'll also take a closer look at how sleep, exercise, and stretching play crucial roles in your body's ability to regenerate and stay strong as you age. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable steps that you can start implementing today to boost your energy, improve your muscle strength, and live a more active and healthier life. Whether you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, these habits are designed to help you age gracefully, feel more energized, and build a stronger foundation for the years ahead. Don't miss out on these valuable secrets that can lead to a longer, more vibrant life. If you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend you do so and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading these life-changing lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's get started. Habit 1. The impact of contrast baths, the shock that awakened his muscles. Jack Thompson, a man who had long battled with fatigue and physical discomfort, was resolute in his quest to reclaim his strength and vitality. Yet, he knew that his journey back to full health wouldn't be easy. He was ready to put in the effort, but the mere thought of jumping into a strenuous workout routine felt daunting. That's when his physical therapist, with a look of quiet confidence, made an unexpected suggestion. Before you push your muscles with heavy exercises, let's try waking them up in a completely different way. A contrast bath, the therapist recommended. Jack's curiosity piqued. The idea seemed so simple, almost too simple to have any real impact. A contrast bath, he thought. It sounded harmless enough. But the therapist explained that this method, involving alternating between hot and cold water, could do wonders for stimulating circulation, reducing inflammation, and, most importantly, preparing his body for the challenges ahead. Jack, always eager to try new things, was more than willing to take a leap of faith. The process, though surprisingly simple, was anything but ordinary. Every morning, Jack found himself immersed in a routine that felt almost meditative. He would step into a tub of hot water, the heat wrapping around him like a warm embrace. For a few minutes, he allowed the warmth to flow through his muscles, feeling his blood vessels dilate and the warmth sink deep into his body. The warmth seemed to melt away the tension that had built up in his legs and arms over the years, as if it was coaxing his muscles to wake up from a long slumber. And then, with a deep breath, Jack would quickly shift to cold water, the shock of the chill hitting him like a sudden gust of wind. The cold water caused his blood vessels to contract, a sharp contrast to the comforting warmth just moments before. At first, the transition between the hot and cold felt jarring, uncomfortable even. But there was something oddly invigorating about it, a stark contrast that made his body feel alive in ways it hadn't in years. Days turned into weeks, and Jack continued this ritual, determined to see it through. The first few days were undoubtedly the toughest. The thermal shock was enough to make him wince, and his muscles seemed to resist the sensation. But soon, Jack began to notice something profound. His muscles, which had once felt stiff and lethargic, now felt more alert and responsive. The heaviness that he once experienced when getting out of bed, that familiar weight dragging his legs down, started to lessen. It was as if the bath had breathed new life into his body. With each passing day, the pain in his legs began to fade, and the tightness he once felt in his arms seemed to loosen, like a knot slowly unraveling. Research published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology confirmed what Jack was starting to feel firsthand. The studies showed that contrast baths could improve circulation by as much as 35%, significantly reducing inflammation and accelerating muscle recovery. This was especially true for older adults, whose circulation and muscle recovery processes tend to slow down over time. Jack felt this truth in every fiber of his being. His body, once stiff and tired, was gradually becoming more fluid and responsive. His muscles were no longer aching with every movement. Instead, they seemed to be waking up, eager to take on more. With this newfound energy, Jack felt ready to push himself in ways he hadn't thought possible before. The aches, the stiffness, the fatigue, those were becoming distant memories, and he was beginning to embrace the vitality he had longed for. But even as Jack marveled at his progress, he knew deep down that this was just the beginning. He was learning to listen to his body in ways he hadn't before, and though the contrast baths had awakened his muscles, Jack realized that there was still more work to be done. His journey was far from over, but with each step, he could feel himself growing stronger, both physically and emotionally. Habit 2. The tonic of ancestral fortification, a powerful recipe. After the initial promising results from the contrast baths, Jack Thompson felt a glimmer of hope rising within him, but he knew he needed more to fully reclaim his vitality. His muscles, while responding positively, were still not where they needed to be. He understood the importance of going further, of pushing his body to the limits of its potential recovery. It was during a visit to an old friend, a wise soul living in the tranquility of the countryside, that Jack discovered something that would change the course of his healing journey. Over a cup of tea, Jack's friend spoke of a family tradition passed down through generations, a recipe that had been used for centuries to restore and fortify the body, an elixir of strength that had once powered warriors through the most grueling of battles. "My grandfather swore by this tonic," his friend recalled, his voice thick with nostalgia. He worked in the fields until he was 90 and still had the energy of a man half his age. Not once did he complain of fatigue, and not once did he lose his strength. Jack's curiosity was piqued. This ancient concoction, known for its remarkable rejuvenating properties, seemed like the perfect antidote for the exhaustion he felt in his muscles. With a sense of reverence, Jack listened as his friend shared the recipe. It was simple, yet the ingredients were nothing short of miraculous. Each component had been carefully chosen, not just for its taste, but for its scientifically proven benefits. Jack could feel his hope rising. This could be the key he had been searching for. It wasn't just about muscle recovery. It was about restoring his vitality, his energy, and his sense of well-being. Eager to try it, Jack set out to gather the ingredients, his heart brimming with anticipation. The first step was to heat a glass of oat milk, making sure it didn't boil over, the warmth wrapping around him like a comforting embrace. Oat milk, known for its smooth, nourishing texture, served as the perfect base for the tonic, offering gentle but substantial support. With each small action, Jack felt more connected to this ancient practice, as if he was stepping into a lineage of warriors and farmers who had relied on this drink to sustain them. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Next came the crushed peanuts, rich in protein and healthy fats. These humble little gems were Jack's first taste of power. They were the building blocks his muscles needed to heal, to rebuild. Each tablespoon stirred into the warm milk seemed to carry the promise of restoration. Then, Jack added the rich, deep hue of pure cocoa, a treasure trove of antioxidants that would fuel his circulation and protect his body from oxidative stress. This was no ordinary cocoa. It was a gift from nature that would revitalize him from the inside out. But Jack wasn't done yet. Into the mixture went powdered ginger, its fiery kick a symbol of vitality, capable of soothing muscle pain and inflammation. Jack had always known ginger to be a healing force, but now, it felt like a true ally in his battle for recovery. He smiled as he added a teaspoon of turmeric, knowing that this was the medicine of the ages, an herb that had long been praised in scientific circles for its ability to regenerate muscle tissue and reduce inflammation. Jack felt empowered, knowing that this golden spice was going to work with his body, helping to restore his muscles to their full potential. To finish it off, Jack drizzled in a spoonful of pure honey, the golden nectar that would not only sweeten the drink but provide natural energy and the minerals needed to stave off fatigue. As he mixed the tonic, the smell of each ingredient filled the air, rich and inviting. He knew that with every sip, he was nourishing himself in ways he had never before experienced. He made it a daily ritual, drinking the tonic warm every morning, savoring its restorative power as it sank into his body. Each ingredient worked together, creating a symphony of strength that was slowly but surely helping him reclaim the energy he had lost. In the first few days, Jack only noticed a subtle warmth, a quiet stir of energy within his body. But then, something extraordinary happened. As he continued to drink the tonic, his energy levels surged, fatigue seemed to melt away, and the weakness that had once gripped his muscles began to loosen its hold. Jack marveled at how, day by day, his hands grew firmer, his muscles more resilient. The tonic had done more than just provide physical recovery. It had given him back his hope. Now, Jack knew that this tonic alone was not the entire answer. To fully accelerate his healing, he would need to incorporate another powerful habit into his routine. But for the first time in a long while, he felt certain of one thing. He was on the path to full recovery. The tonic of ancestral fortification was no longer just a drink. It was his lifeline, his connection to the past, and a powerful force that had transformed him. Habit 3. The power of deep sleep. After incorporating the contrast baths and the restorative tonic into his routine, Jack Thompson began to notice positive changes. His body was responding better, but he still felt like it wasn't fully recovering, despite having productive days. There were mornings when Jack woke up with tired muscles and a sense that his body wasn't regenerating as it should. His muscles still felt sore, and the recovery process seemed slower than expected. During a routine visit to his doctor, Jack discovered something crucial. "Jack," the doctor explained, "muscle regeneration mostly happens while you sleep. During deep sleep, your body releases hormones responsible for muscle reconstruction and strength recovery. But if your sleep quality isn't good, that recovery will be severely affected." The doctor went on to say that the production of growth hormone and testosterone, which are vital for maintaining muscle mass, occurs during the deeper stages of sleep. According to the National Sleep Foundation, inadequate rest can reduce muscle strength by up to 20% and delay tissue regeneration. Determined to make a change, Jack knew that improving his sleep would be the key to unlocking full muscle recovery. He began adjusting his nightly routine. To start, he avoided artificial lights before bed. He stopped using his phone and reduced his TV time to help his body naturally start winding down. Jack created a habit of drinking a calming infusion made with chamomile and lemon balm. This soothing drink helped his body relax and prepared him for a restful night's sleep. In addition, Jack adopted a deep breathing ritual, slowly inhaling and exhaling to reduce the day's stress and calm his nervous system. He found that taking deep breaths not only eased his body but also mentally prepared him for a night of deeper sleep. Within a few days of implementing these changes, Jack noticed a remarkable difference. He woke up feeling more rested, more energized, and more revitalized than he had in years. His muscles, which had once felt limited, now responded more quickly. He no longer had the groggy feeling of sluggishness that came from poor sleep. Jack realized that sleep wasn't just a time for his body to rest. It was a crucial pillar of muscle regeneration and overall health. But Jack understood that there was still one more essential habit to integrate into his daily routine to ensure his muscles continued to grow stronger and his health reached its full potential. Habit 4. The exercise secret that reactivated his muscles. With the contrast baths, restorative tonic, and improved sleep all contributing to his recovery, Jack Thompson felt like he was on the right track. However, he knew that to truly strengthen his muscles and regain full mobility, he needed the right physical stimulus, something that would target his muscles in a safe yet effective way. It was then that he learned about a simple but incredibly effective exercise, specifically designed for older adults who have lost muscle strength: isometric exercises. A physical therapist explained to Jack, "Before diving into more intense workouts, your muscles need to relearn how to hold strength. The key is isometrics, holding a muscle contraction for a few seconds. This type of exercise activates deep muscle fibers, which helps prevent injuries." Intrigued by the idea, Jack eagerly began following the therapist's advice. The first movement he learned was the wall squat. For this exercise, Jack leaned his back against the wall and gently descended into a seated position, holding the position for anywhere between 15 to 30 seconds. In the beginning, the exercise caused some slight discomfort, but as Jack continued, he began noticing his legs becoming stronger and more resistant to the strain. The therapist also introduced Jack to a simple but effective arm exercise, squeezing a rolled-up towel tightly for a few seconds. This movement helped reactivate the strength in his hands and arms, improving his ability to control his movements. As Jack squeezed the towel, he felt the muscles in his forearms and hands becoming firmer, giving him more confidence in his daily activities. Research published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity supports the effectiveness of isometric exercises, particularly for older adults. These exercises activate deep muscle fibers, improve blood circulation, and strengthen joints without causing excessive impact, making them a safer choice for those looking to regain muscle strength without risking injury. Within a few weeks of incorporating isometric exercises into his routine, Jack could feel the difference. Getting up from a chair no longer felt like such an effort. His hands were stronger, his arms firmer, and his stability while walking had dramatically improved. Jack was no longer relying on others to assist him with everyday movements. He was gaining more independence each day. Though he was encouraged by his progress, Jack knew that he still had a long way to go. But one thing was certain: his muscles were responding. With each passing day, Jack felt more confident in his ability to regain the strength and energy he had lost. Yet, there were still two more essential habits he needed to adopt to fully consolidate his muscle recovery and ensure long-term success. Habit 5. Strategic nutrition for strength. Despite the progress Jack Thompson had made with the contrast baths, restorative tonic, improved sleep, and effective exercises, he knew that his muscles still needed something more to continue strengthening. He felt that he was missing a crucial component in his recovery process. It was during his next consultation with his doctor that Jack received a piece of advice that would take his muscle recovery to the next level. "Jack," the doctor said, "to rebuild your muscles, your body needs the right building blocks. Protein and the right nutrients make a huge difference in muscle recovery. As we age, the body has more difficulty synthesizing proteins, so it's important to focus on consuming foods that are rich in essential amino acids, the building blocks of muscle." With this guidance in mind, Jack began to include more strategic foods in his daily routine to support his recovery. He focused on foods that would provide the essential nutrients needed for muscle growth and repair. First, Jack added eggs to his diet, an excellent source of high-quality protein and leucine, an essential amino acid that plays a critical role in muscle protein synthesis. He also began eating sardines and salmon, both rich in omega-3 fatty acids that help reduce inflammation and improve muscle recovery. These fatty acids are crucial for joint health and overall muscle function, which was exactly what Jack needed to sustain his progress. To further boost his plant-based protein intake, Jack incorporated beans and lentils into his meals. These legumes not only provide plant-based protein but are also packed with iron, which is essential for oxygen transport to muscles, helping them perform better and recover faster. Along with these, Jack included avocados and olive oil in his daily diet. These healthy fats helped his body absorb essential vitamins and protected his muscle cells from damage. Additionally, Jack included bananas and sweet potatoes in his meals. These natural sources of energy provided him with the carbohydrates he needed to fuel his muscles throughout the day and avoid feeling fatigued after exercise. Within just a few weeks of enhancing his diet, Jack began to see a significant improvement in both his energy levels and muscle strength. His muscles were responding more effectively to the exercises, and the feeling of weakness he had once struggled with continued to decrease. Jack felt more vibrant, his energy levels skyrocketed, and his overall disposition improved. Jack was now getting closer to his complete transformation. His body felt stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to handle the physical challenges of daily life. However, despite all the improvements, Jack knew there was still one more essential habit to implement that would make all the difference in solidifying his recovery and ensuring that his muscle strength remained strong for years to come. Habit 6. The stretching routine that prevented further muscle loss. Jack Thompson had already incorporated several life-changing habits that completely transformed his strength and energy. However, there was still one crucial aspect that could guarantee his muscles stayed active and prevented any further loss: flexibility and mobility. It was during a conversation with his physical therapist that Jack understood the importance of adding one final routine to his daily habits. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Jack, the therapist said, strong muscles must also be flexible muscles. Stretching not only helps prevent pain and injuries, but it also improves circulation and preserves your mobility for a longer period. The therapist explained that as we age, muscles naturally shorten and lose their elasticity. This loss of flexibility can compromise strength and increase the risk of falls and other injuries. Research from the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy supports this approach, showing that older adults who stretch daily have a 40% lower chance of suffering muscle injuries and falls. Stretching helps improve balance, flexibility, and body control, key factors for maintaining independence as we age. With this newfound knowledge, Jack started a simple but highly effective stretching routine every morning and before bed. His exercises included seated leg stretches. Jack would extend one leg at a time and hold it for 30 seconds to improve flexibility and prevent muscle cramps. Shoulder rotations. Moving his arms in slow circles to activate his arm and back muscles and improve upper body mobility. Seated spine stretches. Jack leaned forward, reaching for his knees to relax his lower back and improve posture. Neck stretches. Gentle movements to each side and forward to release tension in his neck and enhance blood flow to his brain. At first, Jack felt some stiffness as his muscles and joints adjusted to the routine. However, over time, he noticed that his movements became lighter, smoother, and more fluid. The discomfort in his joints began to fade, and his overall endurance improved. More than just recovering his strength, Jack ensured that his body would remain active, resilient, and healthy for the years to come. His transformation wasn't just about gaining muscle. It was about maintaining his body's vitality and flexibility for long-term health. Today, at 102 years old, Jack is living proof that it's never too late to regain strength and vitality. What once seemed like an inevitable decline has become a journey of self-improvement, fueled by simple yet scientifically proven habits. From contrast baths to muscle-boosting exercises and strategic nutrition, Jack not only regained his muscle strength but also ensured more energy, mobility, and overall quality of life. Science confirms it. The human body has an incredible capacity for regeneration. With the right stimuli, it's possible to regain muscle strength, strengthen bones, and maintain independence, even in old age. As we wrap up Jack's incredible story and the life-changing power of stretching, I want you to take a moment to reflect. What have you learned from Jack's journey of strength, resilience, and the transformative power of simple habits? How can you apply these principles to your own life, no matter your age? Please leave a comment below and share just one thing you've learned that you'll start practicing today. Whether it's the importance of stretching, maintaining mobility, or simply taking control of your health, we'd love to hear what resonates with you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content that will help you live a vibrant and fulfilling life. Your journey toward greater health and strength begins right now. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.